Dodgers made a little bit of a trade right around, I think it was at game time, right? Like right when stuff was about to get started.
First or second.
Yeah. They made have a reunion with Jose Hernandez. This is a guy that had spent, I believe, 6 years within the organization. They opened up a spot by placing Ryan Brasier on the 60-day injured list. So that opened up a spot. He was DFA'd by Hernandez was DFA'd by the Pirates earlier in the week. And they claimed Dennis Santana. So they a lot of former Dodgers and current Dodgers, getting shuffled around today. I'm not going to ask you if you know anything about Jose Hernandez, but if you do, drop some knowledge on myself and everybody in the chat, please.
I know he's 26. I know he's left-handed, and I know he's a pitcher, and I know he used to be a Dodger prospect, and that's about where my knowledge about Jose Hernandez ends. He was taken in the Rule 5 draft by the A's. I think it was in 2022. That was the year the Dodgers also lost Ryan Noda, who's still with the A's, and Gus Varland to the Brewers, and then they ended up getting Gus Varland back. So I guess they're on pace to get Ryan Noda back here pretty soon if they're just going after the guys they used to have. But, I mean, I think it's more signaling Brasier is still going to be out for a while, which is something we've known. He has the calf injury, and I believe the earliest date he can now return is June 27th. So it doesn't change Brazier's timeline. I don't even think he'll be ready by that June 27th date. He just threw his first bullpen session, I believe it was, and he was still dealing with tenderness in his hamstring or calf, I believe it is. He has the calf injury. So, yeah, he's not going to be back anytime soon. So this is kind of a move where you get a guy who's familiar with your organization, you bring him back for basically free, and you see if you need him, you can call him up, DFA him later if you need to. It's one of the moves where you don't put too much thought into it because it's not going to be an impact move likely. Although I think in fairness with Dodger pitchers, every time they acquire someone, you have to kind of question why they're doing it and see what they have there because they have a pretty good track record of fixing relievers and getting the most out of them. So maybe there's something there, but I think it's more just a depth move that you can kind of move on from eventually when you need to. And it doesn't hurt to have a full 40-man, especially when you can just move on from the guy easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got some option years left. So the Dodgers have the ability to, option him down, keep him in OKC. So that's a good piece to have. Anybody with, major league time, even if it's just like Hernandez has, he has 5 1/3, anybody, that has seen time in the league, last year with the Pirates, he's been in the league for quite a few, a couple years now. With the Pirates, he gave 50 2/3 last year. So, he wasn't the greatest, but it's, they look for upside arms, lefties you can kind of fix. And the Dodgers did that. They have Anthony Banda in the organization now. And they find these bright spot guys, these DFA castoffs where you're able to just bring them in for just absolutely nothing. And you don't think twice about it until you look at their, when they get called up and then they have a pretty solid run and you're like, they did it again. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Jose Hernandez, we might not hear about him, probably won't. If they stash him in OKC, then that's somebody that they're just going to have, and we'll see what they like. They don't make these moves just for funsies. They have something that they like from these players, and we'll see them when we see them. If they do, if not, then no harm, no foul.